you is a good understanding, not really the implementation. Yeah, implementation will be useful, but you'd have the wizard helping you to complete the implementation. But understanding very. All right. So what's your understanding so far of VPC? Okay.
VPC is virtual private cloud. So it's just having your system or your server in a enclosed, like a private cloud, like an enclosed firewall protected from. Because for me, my understanding of AWS is they have, sorry. Everybody has their own, different companies are using their services, but they've created like your own mini server space or resource space apart from, so other companies can have access to your own data or your own services. So it's just a protected or a separated service from the general service.
Okay. Okay. So did you say you have an IT background at the beginning?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And then you are currently working as an IT person?
Yes.
In what role?
IT support.
What are you supporting?
Windows servers and.
Okay. You support Windows remotely? So what do you support? What kind of what's your daily operations like?
Troubleshooting, resolving issues, creating users, managing servers, working with service providers like ISPs and software providers. So I work for a company so I manage the IT of an organization.
Do you do that remotely or you have to report to work?
I used to go to the office before, but now I work from home. Okay. So I remote into our colleagues' computers to help them resolve their issues and the servers too.
Okay, so what kind of issues do you resolve? So are you customer facing when they have issues trying to access company resources? They contact you?
Yes. So they raise a ticket or they call a specific number and you can log in remotely if their computer is connected, or you put them through step by step on how to get the computer connected to the network, then help them resolve it and log in using a remote software. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So how has this training been useful? What have you learned that has helped you improve? That has helped you improve on your job?
At the moment, I'm not working, but I'm looking I want to progress in my career. So that's why I want to go into study.
Okay. Yeah, I would have loved to hear more from you.
Sorry.
But your baby won't let you. All right. So, Olayinka Olasimbo, what's your understanding of VPC?
I don't really know much. I just know that VPC is also a virtual private cloud, like something you want to be known to your own organization or company only. You don't want it exposed outside. That's just what I know about VPC.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, that's okay. Okbe and Oye. Okbe, what's your understanding of VPC? Where's Yusuf TK? Are you sure? Anybody waiting to come in? No, nobody. Okay.
Uh, Hello, sir.
Yeah.
So I honestly I don't have any prior knowledge of the VPC. I'm just open to learning it now. Then maybe
You,
read on it later.
really?
Yes.
So you knew everything.
No.
Had an idea about everything. Okay. Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Well, as the name implies, virtual private is like having a section, a personal network in the cloud where though you have though you are sharing instances on physical servers, but you have also secured it in a way that it's private from other people, other companies or other instances that they can't have access to your own instances, even though they are running on the same physical inside the same physical computers at the I don't know how to explain. I'm just trying to.
At the data center. Yeah. Yeah. Good. All right. That's fine. The explanation is good enough. Who else? We have spoken Lajinka. Ayode, what's your understanding of Ayode? Okay, Wally.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon.
Yeah. Actually, not that I have any cloud knowledge about BPC, but what I can deduce from the name, virtual private cloud, all these things that you've been teaching us how to create instances, other things. If it is done for an organization, definitely one will have to create a way of securing it in order to avoid intrusion from foreign parties. So I think the process of trying to make the cloud environment very secure, we could refer to as a virtual private cloud.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, good. Who else is here? Somebody just came. Austin. Well, Austin just came in. He wouldn't be following you. All right, so you are all correct. You are all correct. Okay, so let's start from that understanding. Now, what's my note, by the way? AWS. All right, so I could start for all right, so that's what the VPC is. You're all right. You can see my note, right?
No, seeing your whiteboard.
Whiteboard, okay. No problem. I'll produce my note. My system is kind of strange to me right now because of the washing that I did. All right, but so basically you are all correct. You are correct. So you have a, let me try and put that in diagram form. So you have your, one way to look at VPC is you have your enterprise. Remember what your enterprise is? The physical place where you work with all of your servers, your systems, your cabling, your switches, your routers, and everything else that make up your enterprise network, right? But right now, instead of referring to this as enterprise network, we are going to call this whole scenario on-premise, all right? The same thing, just using the term that they use here, right? And then you are thinking, because of all these advantages about cloud, you want to move all of this physical infrastructure. That's the word I was looking for when I was asking you your understanding of VPC. You want to move all of this physical IT infrastructure into where? Into cloud. Or when you do move it into cloud, like you already said, you want to make it your own private cloud so that it is secure and safe from intrusion, like somebody said, right? So you build your own private cloud and you move your physical infrastructure into this virtual environment. Everything you had before that you are moving into cloud move from being physical in an enterprise environment or on-premise environment to being virtual in a cloud environment, but private and secure, away from intrusion of the public, because the cloud is a public place. Right? You now have your own private, cloud. But before you go, that's basically the meaning of VPC. But to understand VPC, you need to understand networking. You need to understand networking above what you already understand about networking. All right? And when we say we need to understand networking, there are many things about networking that networking has many components, both in physical terms and protocol and configuration terms, right? In your own understanding, what is the most important component of a network, of networking, that before you say, yes, I understand networking, or I'm a network engineer? Yeah, we're not training you to become network engineers actually, but you should have a very good understanding of network engineering, be able to interface with the people who have learned, who are deep in networking, and be able to interface and work with them as a cloud engineer. All right, so from your understanding so far, what is that most important part of networking that one must know to be able to say, yes, I know network? There are many parts. There is server, there is client, there is cabling, there are switches, there are routers, and then apart from these physical components, there are different kinds of protocols. All of the protocols forming a suite of many protocols, generally called TCP/IP. And then there are other kinds of services we'll be talking about. Within Windows, you would have the Active Directory. So there is no way you would say you understand networking at the Windows level without a good grasp of Active Directory, and so on and so forth. Networking is one. But of all of this, which aspect would you say, yes, this is the most important? Did you get my question?
Yeah, maybe IP addressing.
IP addressing is correct. So for that reason, we want to go a bit deeper into understanding of IP addressing so that we can now understand networking enough to be able to migrate this on-premise infrastructure to cloud. Or even, it's not all the time that we have to migrate on-premise. On-premise may not even exist in the first place. You may just want to set up a new network. I mean, when this does not even exist, it's a new concept, a new network, a new virtual network in cloud.